Yeah. Okay. See them kings on the block. I know you see them kings on the block. Bringing out the word in every spot. Bringing out the word in every spot. Yeah. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. You see them prophets on them corners. 1611 got them on us. Spreading out this word like corona. Waking up our people out of comas. Yeah, this truth, they can't stop now. No matter what they do, we bring it out now. You come against the Lord, you'll be confounded. With that two-edged sword, you'll get chopped down. Hey, you see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down.
We pull up on them, they be thinking it's a drive-by. 40 soldiers creeping like a thief in a night town. Never leave my brother, if we rollin', we gon' all ride it. Ain't no greater love for my brother, my life up on the line. Hey, they gon' get this wisdom if we don't go out and teach them. YASHARAHLA, Prince of Power, you heathens, is just a remix. Bow down and kiss the ring, I'm picking slaves out for the kingdom. Son, never know he be reaching. We'll be in these trenches teaching outside with them blickers.
Hey, you see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down.
Boys got the tools in the Glock, standing in the same spot where Lil Johnny got shot. Hit your pastor with the scriptures, make him do the chop. I watch him dance, he just talking, call that thing a blah blah. I'm in the grave, in the valley of the midst of the dry bones. Crucified on the streets like Christ when he got lied on. Kiss the ring of the king, big done us. Never miss with the sword, I'll praise it to the Father.
You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down.
If you want a prophet, then just ask for me. We running this race just like an athlete. Actually, Judas Maccabees, masterpiece. Got them saying, book, chapter, verse, without that you ain't saying none. Prophets of Ma, let's get it poppin'. Repenting ain't no sinning for me, that's the only option. The scripture is the picture, the Christian pastor be cropping. 1 Peter 4:11, homie, we don't do no talking. Let's go.
You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down.
want that rock, that's it. I want that rock, that's it. I want that rock, that's it. I can't quit. I want that rock, that's it. I want that rock, that's it. I want that rock, that's it. No addiction. I want that rock, that's it. That is the drug, I can't quit. We had it up like a fist. Yeah. Lit. I got the kingdom on lit. But demons are coming equipped. I believe them like a pit. I got the king, where my manners on speak. I'm turning the beat to a kitchen. I Praising with all my existence. I'm doing it for all my descendants. Just to the land of the living. We giving you true, not religion. Heaven and hell is division. Please hurry and make your decision. A sin, it be looking suspicious. That salvation don't come easy. I hope that your soul believe me. Like a fire could go be easy. We gotta repent, cause this not a game. I dropped on my knees. Oh my shit, I came to give us a game. He gave me the keys. We came from the mud, we put in the work, we pull up our sleeves. Till you come back and be holding it down. Till you come back and be holding it down. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can't quit. I want the rock, that's it. I want that rock, that's it. I want the rock, that's it. I can't quit. I want the rock, that's it. I want that rock, that's it. I want the rock, that's it. No addiction. I want that rock, that's it. That is the drug, I can't quit. We had it up like a fist. Yeah, lit. I got the kingdom on lit. But demons aren't coming equipped. I believe them like a pig. I got the kingdom on lit. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Khan. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through his anointed son of Mashiach Yahushai. The Wadi Yahweh for another day. The water for the family that's tuning in online via the YouTube. All praise to the Most High. Make sure you liking the video when you tune in. Make sure you comment on the video. Make your presence known in the live chat. We definitely appreciate all the support that shows up on the Friday night class. All right, so we're gonna have the mighty Akim from the Lot of Zion introduce himself. Hallelujah.
Khan, all praises. Shalom, shalom. This is Kadash, Captain Kadash from the Lot of Zion. Hallelujah.
Khan, shalom, shalom.
It's like your Captain. Go ahead.
Khan, shalom, shalom. This is Captain Cameron from the Lot of Zion. Hallelujah.
Khan, shalom, shalom. This is Captain Zamar from D Lot of Zion. Shalom. Where's my fucking background, bro?
Khan, Shabbat Shalom. This is your Captain Obadiah from D Light of Zion.
Salaki.
Shalom, family. This is Officer Amatazar from D Light of Zion. Hallelujah.
Khan, all praise to the Most High, to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The water for everybody that's tuning in. We appreciate all the support. The water for liking the video, sharing the video. The water for everybody that tunes in on a weekly basis to the Uppercuts channel, the Uppercuts show, where we bring out edification through the scriptures and break down things through a spiritual lens. All praise to the Most High, right? So we're going to shout out the family in the chat. Shabbat Shalom, the Dan Bo, all praise to the Most High, peace and blessings. All right, Shalom, our praises. All right, all praise to the Most High, Shema Israel. Shalom, Israel, ready for this good lesson. All praise to the Most High, that's the spirit. All right, we definitely got some things we want to bring out dealing with this video. All praise to the Most High. All right, Shalom, sis, peace and blessings. All praise to the Most High, he protects you going out and coming in throughout the week. Shabbat Shalom to Don Israel. All praise to the Most High, to the power of Isaac and Jacob. Yahweh Bashim Shabbat. All praise to the Most High, to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to his anointed son, the King of Israel, to the world ignorant cause Jesus Christ and Mashiach Yahushua. The water for everybody that's tuning in. We definitely appreciate all the support. Con, make sure when you log into the class, you like the video, share the video to family and friends, right? So we can enter into the Shabbat, with the scriptures. All praise to the Most High, to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Done. Right, so we see the title of the class. It says 10 Commandments placed in school deemed anti-Semitic. 10 Commandments placed in school deemed anti-Semitic. Now, a lot of folk like to call anything anti-Semitic. They like to throw that word around. And we're going to really see in this video, it's more of, there's two things I want to address in the video. Not only the article that's being reviewed, but it's the commentary that's killing me. The commentary is probably the worst part of this video, but usually I'm pretty neutral on the people that's bringing out the information that we're pretty much reviewing. But the things that they say have to be addressed. It's completely asinine, if you ask me. So we're gonna hop into the video. I'm gonna first get this fair use on the fair use up, right? Fair use, all the information, all the viewership that we have, all the videos that we show, that's purely for educational purposes, right? For teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use in the chat, all right? Just to make sure that is announced before we begin this video. All praises to the Most High, to the Father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Make sure you like the video when you tune in. Make sure you like the video when you tune in. All right, come. One moment, family. About to pull this video up. Bring out the hot seat. Yes, sir. Come. So we're about to get started. Oh, let me get everybody on the screen. Salakia. Salakia, family, I have some camera issues. Con. All praise to the Most High. All right, so we're about to get started. All right, brothers, feel free to, say Con when you got a preset. Con.
In charge, top person, public servant in Louisiana. This would be the last thing I'd be thinking about. I have so many other things to do.
Salakia, one moment, family. Salakia, hold on.
If I were in charge, top person, public servant in Louisiana, this would be the last thing I'd be thinking about. I have so many other things to do. Aren't you like the poorest in the union, or is that Mississippi? You're rivaling them, let's say. But hey, this is at the top of your priority list. New Louisiana law requires schools to display 10 commandments. Louisiana requires all public classrooms to display, which we should all be ascribing to, right? Because that's what this country was founded on. Are you kidding me? Governor Jim.
Now I'm gonna make a note of this. The woman that's giving the commentary for this video, it gets very irritating because it sounds like she's coming off as, it's like she's scoffing. If I'm not, maybe I interpreted that wrong, but it's a huge scoff to the idea of adding the 10 commandments to the school, right? That's what my spirit picked up. But we're gonna keep going.
Jeff Landry, not much else to do on your list, huh? Signed legislation on Wednesday requiring the display of the 10 commandments in every public classroom in Louisiana. Louisiana is the only state with a law even remotely close to this one for now. Governor Landry says he's ready to be sued. Bring it on. I'm going home to sign a bill that places the 10 commandments in public classrooms, boasted Landry during a Republican fundraiser on Saturday. And I can't wait to be sued. Well, that's a good use of taxpayer dollars. Let me pass this thing that is so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, so nutty.
Can anybody explain to me what's so nutty or idiotic about placing the 10 commandments in a school? I don't see what's crazy about that. So you guys can bring drag queens and transvestites into schools, right? Transformers into schools. Y'all can have drag shows in schools, but adding the 10 commandments, that's when you cross the line. That's you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for adding the 10 commandments. That's what she's saying.
And then beg to be sued. Are you going to pay for the lawyers? Oh, that's right. The taxpayers will. The taxpayers who don't even want this because they know it's not right. Landry followed through with his promise, signing the bill Wednesday, declaring, quote, if you want to respect the rule of law, you've got to start from the original law giver, which was Moses.
Now, family, is he not spitting right now? I mean, I know this is an Edomite. I know this is.
Bars.
But he's giving out. He's saying, yo, I'm ready to die behind. In other words, I'm ready to stand on business by having these 10 commandments in these schools. Y'all can sue me. Right? Salakia, if I'm, man, make sure I'm not butchering it. there's this one album or a song from some rapper. He said, shoot me or salute me, something like that. But that's kind of the energy he coming with. It's either y'all gonna take what I'm doing as an honorable act to implement the laws of God within the school system, or y'all gonna kill me financially. Salute me or shoot me, right? He said, I'm going to give you the rule of the law. You got to start from the original lawgiver, which was Moses. And it's crazy because she's making it seem like that's just completely outlandish. Now,
See,
I got to go ahead, King.
Slocky Captain, this makes me get on our sisters, because this is a sister, and I see this a lot. Our sisters carry this liberal tone, right? Do what you want to do, let people be free to do as they choose, but then they'll turn right back around and say that, there's no safety, or there needs to be structure and things like that. So they're speaking from both ends of their mouth, right? But the scriptures is all about structure. This is why you got this Edomite, even this Edomite, as wicked as he is, he understands that there has to be structure in order for things to move in a positive light. So I got a precept real quick. This is the book of Salakia. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 18. It says, Salakia, 5 and 20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, and put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. So this sister is saying that basically, because all the 10 commandments is structure. So you telling me she's got an issue with her child knowing to honor their mother and their father? There's something wrong with that? There's something wrong with not killing and not stealing? What is wrong with this? Right? This is an emotional response or an emotional reaction, because a reaction doesn't take thought. Response takes thought. So this is an emotional reaction from the sister versus an emotional response. She's not thinking about what's being said. She's not thinking about what the 10 commandments say. The 10 commandments don't say nothing bad. It says everything that the fabric of society is based off of. But this is what we have to deal with. Are you?
Con, Caps, we get to that as well. When you start to see the knowledge of, the biblical knowledge that this sister has, it's complete. It's horrible. It's horrible, right? I don't want to jump the gun, but I want y'all to hear the things that she says about this, right? But I do want to corroborate what the brother, not the brother, but what the politician was saying about this law. Did I pronounce that word right? Corroborate, right? To support the statement of something.
Con,
right?
That was the proper pronunciation. Con, you got it.
Con, all praises. So I want to read Galatians, right? Galatians 3, because this is just madness, right? To go against the implementation of the laws of God to the children. So we can give, if I'm not mistaken, in high school, in middle school, they celebrate Thanksgiving, they celebrate Christmas, they celebrate St. Patrick's Day, they celebrate 4th of July, right? They celebrate all these different things. But when it comes to having, they sing the national anthem. They sing all these different things. When it comes to the laws of God, that's where it's a problem, right? This is Galatians chapter 3, verse 19. It says, wherefore then serveth the law? It was added because of transgressions. That's why the law was added, for transgressions. So everything that was in that law was to cover the transgressions that was being committed. Till the seed should come to whom the promise was made, and it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator. That mediator was Moses. He was the one that received the right judgments and the true laws that Nehemiah 13 on down talk about. Nehemiah 12 and 13 on down talk about. How the Most High gave us true laws. He gave us the real code of conduct. And that's being frowned upon in the church. The same nation that, they talk about it. Yeah, we say one nation under God, but we understand what God they're talking about. They're talking about the God of this world. But then when you go to court, they're talking about the Bible. They're putting their hand on the Bible. So which God are they really talking about? Is that just a facade? Is that them being deceptive? So to have this animosity against adding the laws of God really shows, like Captain Zamar is bringing out, the spirit that this woman has, right? Taking evil for good. Well, let's keep going on that.
Who do you pray to? What do you believe? And does the governor even care? Apparently, this is what our founding fathers wanted, right? Is that what it was, friend? They wanted to mix church and state. Do I have it right, or have I missed it? I'm confused now. Is that what they wanted? They wanted all of this to be, and it's only one God that you pray to, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And if you don't pray to a God, well, that's, you know.
Now, where did you get that from adding the 10 Commandments? I don't see that. I don't understand that. But we're going to keep going on that, all right? Because it gets bad. It gets worse.
Oh, well.
With millions watching, percent of the show.
They wanted to be called the Sturch instead of a state and church. It is Sturch, but it didn't sound so good. So they just like, fine, we'll separate church and state, but only because Sturch didn't sound good. But then they were like, what about Chate? And Chate is weird. Chate sounds like some sort of like venereal disease. Let's not do that. No, the founding fathers explicitly were fighting for religious freedom. Remember, the founding fathers, the United States was founded by a bunch of like, religious minorities that wanted to go practice their religion separately. Yes, it was within the umbrella of worshiping like a Christian God or whatnot, but it was a different religion. This is the whole principle of this country, was like, we want to worship a little bit differently. And hey, maybe we should have religious freedom broadly. Isn't that good? And like this whole idea that like, I think that like originalists and these people feel like they invoke the founding fathers because somehow if the founding fathers knew about a Muslim, they'd be like, oh, and they're like, okay, no, it's a Christian nation. It's like, no, like our founding fathers would be that terrible. Maybe they would be, who knows? But here's the thing. There was a separation of church and state. There's a reason that we have a separation of church and state. And yes, sadly, we have in God we trust on our money. And sadly, we have in the Pledge of Allegiance under God.
Am I hearing this right? Sadly, we got the Pledge of Allegiance where it says under God. Sadly, we haven't go.
This is why the scriptures tell us not to deal with these other nations, man. Look at it.
Gone. Just scoffing at the idea. Separate church from state.
The same woman that's against a higher power, the Most High, and everything, is the same woman that'll be rolling over on 95, and she's going to be calling on God. She won't call Buddha. She won't call Krishna. She will specifically say, "Oh God," and knowing who she's thinking about. Hypocrite.
Come on. The commentary is killing me.
There's already a fair amount of church in that state, but this is just, and it's Sharon, it's all symbolic. It means nothing. It's just putting this up to, again, to groom everyone's brain for some sort of Christian nationalism and a unified, hegemonic way of thinking and homogenous way of thinking. Obviously, to make anyone who doesn't practice Christianity to be afraid. And of course, this is at a time when we're talking more about anti-Semitism, around Islamophobia. And sadly, the anti-Semitism that we're actually talking about only comes in the form when we talk about Israel, but actually look at this anti-Semitism here. Isn't it?
She literally called adding the 10 Commandments anti-Semitic, family. That's
it's crazy. Go ahead, Slot.
That's the biggest stretch I've ever. She's saying added the 10. That's anti-Semitic. You are parting with Israel for adding the 10 Commandments. Yo, that is wild. That doesn't make any sense.
Isn't it a little bit bigoted to be putting up the 10 Commandments?
That's bigoted?
Against who? Who is that bigoted against?
Is the 10 Commandments really attacking religions?
Not at all.
What in the 10 Commandments is attacking other religions and beliefs? If we want to get technical, a portion of these commandments was already established before Israel was even a nation, and according to the Bible, before Jacob even was on the scene. So to call these commandments anti-Semitic, the law of adultery was already there.
Well, if you want to go even further than that, a portion of the 10 Commandments is common in every religion. So what is she talking about? These are
It's even
fundamental
in the
beliefs.
Constitution also, like that's
Go ahead,
part of their
Captain.
laws, like civil laws.
Say it again.
Cause I was saying also like some of the commandments of the 10 Commandments are also in the land laws. They already have that established in the
Right.
Constitution.
Bring that out. You got arson is in the land laws, stealing, right? Killing, right? All these things are a part of the laws, what they call the law of the land. But she's calling that anti-Semitic. What in the 10 Commandments makes it anti-Semitic? And she gives her idea of why it is, and it's horrible. It's horrible.
So anyway, although I don't know. I'm like, Moses was a Jew.
As governor.
Go ahead.
Y'all see how she's stretching that? Well, it has to be anti-Semitic because you're adding a Semitic law structure into your school that was given by an Israelite. And if you're given it and the law is being given by an Israelite, that means you guys are pro-Israel. Therefore, y'all are anti. that is the biggest thing I've ever seen.
Insanity.
Wicked.
That doesn't make any sense. What in the 10 Commandments is attacking anybody? What in the 10 Commandments would conflict with any other person's religion? And if anything in the 10 Commandments conflict with the other religions that's out there, quote unquote, then that's a problem. That's a major problem. Because there's nothing in the 10 Commandments that should conflict with anyone's else, quote unquote, religion or attacking anybody else's way of life. Right? And this is not even including the alphabet community. So what really are you talking about? Where is that actually hurting someone? They are in an uproar because they're adding the 10 Commandments. It's bad.
Go ahead. Yes.
No, I would say as Governor Landry says, you need Moses and the law of Moses, and that's what he believes. And it's interesting because when you talk about Christianity, I don't know. And again, I went to vacation Bible study course.
And you didn't learn a God. You ain't learn a God thing. You just say you went on vacation. Don't say you went to no Bible study. You went on vacation.
That was so many decades ago. I don't remember much. Probably didn't like it that much. It had nothing to do with religion, but I just didn't want to be doing this camp. I don't know the Bible inside out, but I'm guessing there's nothing in there that talks about how much you're hating on people and wanting to hurt other people. I thought that there were some principles there. You're not supposed to do that.
Where in the 10 Commandments does it invoke hating on people? What is she talking about?
You know what it comes down to is that these people are just haters of God. Like it reminds me of like when we go out in the street and we start teaching. Sometimes we don't even have to bring out precepts. People just start, foaming at the mouth and shaking as soon as we, open the Bible. It's because they are haters of God. Right? I want to get a precept because I want to show something here. Because what we teach is contrary to what they're trying to push, which is why they hate the 10 Commandments, right? So this is Romans chapter 1 and verse 28. It says, and even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them up to a reprobate mind and the things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, and disobedient to parents, right? Because the 10 Commandments tell you to honor thy father and thy mother. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with putting God first? Recognizing that there's something higher than you, not being proud, not putting yourself on a pedestal. What's wrong with not stealing? What's wrong with not killing? What's wrong with not being covetous? Right? What's wrong with not committing adultery? Right? Because everything that's in the 10 Commandments, right? It's because they support. They are anti that. and they support anti-commandments, right? They support all of the things that I just read. They support evil things. They support disobedience, right? Backbiters, unmerciful, right? These are the people that are like, you know, and when we look at the school system, man, you have 1,000 people just like this that are in the school system. They say, well, let's just remove God completely. And we've seen where removing God has gotten us. Look at the generation right now. Look at the younger generation that's coming up, right? The way they disrespect elders, the way they have no mercy on each other. It's a different time we live in because they have removed. Listen, the scriptures talk about as the world goes on, this place continually it gets more wicked. I'm paraphrasing, right? As it ages, there's going to be more wickedness that increases, and this is part of the problem. Scriptures say you're supposed to teach children from a very young age. When they wake up, when they go to sleep, when they're brushing their teeth, when they're eating at that table, when they're in the cafeteria, they should be talking about God, but they don't talk about God anymore, which is why these kids killing each other, right? Robbing, stealing, doing all type of wickedness, man. Right? So that's a prime example. These are the haters with God. I just wanted to bring that out.
Con, I got a precept, Cap. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 21. It says, for the Most High have given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his way. And this is kind of like a snapshot of what the sister is saying. The things that the Most High set forth for us to follow as a people is not good. Somehow in those 10, which is an abbreviated version of all that we have, the 613, she finds some sort of error in the perfection of what the Most High set forth for us to follow. And when you notice us as a society not keeping these simple 10, how society is in the condition that it's in, especially our nation. And if we would just keep, even if we kept 5 of the 10, right, the world as a whole would be in much better condition. A lot of people wouldn't have been lost. The world would move in a better way. People wouldn't be killed. There wouldn't be hatred towards each other. There would be a lot of positivity versus the negativity that we see, and that's running rampant in these last days. So she's making these statements on national TV, illustrating the 10 Commandments to be something negative, but she's openly admitted that she doesn't even have full knowledge to be able to comment on it. So why do they have somebody that's representing our community who has no knowledge of the scriptures telling us not to keep the commandments? It's wicked as hell. But Esau knew what he's doing, and they always find a puppet to be able to put on the forefront to kind of lead our people in the wrong direction. I yield.
Come on.
Supposed to help people, feed people, love people. I think I'll try to read it again after I do some other things. So Landry is going to get his wish. Well, I don't have time to keep reading this book, and I have to read it several times. And I feel bad about saying that.
It's not easy. That's why people do.
Yeah, several times. So Landry is going to get his wish. Well, I don't have time to keep reading this book, and I have to read it several times. And I feel bad about saying that.
It's not easy. That's why people do.
She just said she had to read the Bible 7 times, and she does not understand it. This is a prime example of a large percentage of Christians that say, yeah, I read the Bible, but you have absolutely no understanding at all. This is a prime example of someone that just took those bits and pieces of the parts that they thought they remembered and say, yeah, I kind of got the gist of the Bible, when you actually don't. There's levels to it.
Yeah, I don't understand. So I got to read it 2 or 3 times.
You got to put in a lot of work to read the Bible over and over. You're like, these old interpretation of God.
I'll watch the movie or something when I get around to it.
Just do Jesus Christ Superstar. It'll be fine.
Is that going to do it?
Yes.
I'll maybe check it out. Then I hope I don't fall asleep. I haven't been sleeping well. The ACLU, though, is going to go ahead and give Governor Landry his wish. We're suing Louisiana for requiring all public schools to display the 10 Commandments in every classroom, announced the American Civil Liberties Union on Wednesday. Public schools are not Sunday schools. Media like with the details there. That does seem pretty simple, right? Sunday school's on Sunday, and it's not mandatory. If you live in a certain house, it might be, but for others, it's not mandatory. You can do whatever you want, go to the farmer's market. You don't have to go to Sunday school. So what are you talking about? California Governor Gavin Newsom even.
Come on, family. This is wicked as hell. Just making a mockery of what's going on. Yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. Yeah, I mean, I went to vacation Bible school, but I'll probably fall asleep watching. It's like trying to get cheered on by this atheist. Well, you know, she got to be this other woman on the other, got to be some type of atheist, you know, on that type of time. It's just wicked.
I got a precept about her, you know, when she said she don't understand, all right? And then, you know, she always also made the comment of her, you know, if she got problems sleeping, you know, just read the Bible, she'll fall asleep. The Most High already put her to sleep, though. She's spiritually sleeping, right? Isaiah 29 and verse 10. For the Most High hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, he hath covered. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. Meaning, a lot of people would say it's one thing to read the Bible, but it's a different thing to actually understand what you're reading. That's a big difference. People think, you know, I'll go in Psalms and I'll read the book of Matthew, I'll read the book of John. They have no idea where it stems from, why John is saying certain things. They don't have a clue. All right. So we know that these people, man, listen, teach your children. Right? You see, they said they're suing the school for putting 10 commandments there. We got to be responsible for teaching our children, man. Teach them the right way from a very young age. So when they get older, they're not confused. They should be able to, at the drop of a dime, say, that's wicked. That's evil. Right? We gotta get there, man. This is wicked. This is bad. But go ahead,
This is just made a powerful comment. He said, "This is not anti-Semitic. It's anti-Christ, right? Completely anti the scriptures, anti the prophets, right? Anti everything that the scriptures stand for, right? That's exactly what. Yeah, that's what they bank on. That you don't read your Bible, right? This is a prime example. So talking about, I went to vacation Bible school. I read it 3 times, but I don't understand it." Talking about Israel, she's trying to sell the heathen. Well, the heathen definitely might be heathen in the spirit.
Go ahead. Hey, Con.
Yeah.
Hey, Cap, I got a precept. Because this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 12, in the NLT. It says, mockers, which is what this sister is doing, man. She's mocking the scriptures, man, the laws of God. It says mockers hate to be corrected. And that's what corrects us. The law corrects us. And that's what's wrong with a lot of our people. They hate to be corrected. It says mockers hate to be corrected, so they stay away from the wise, right? So they want to stay away from the scriptures, from the laws of God, man. But I yield.
Con. I just wanted to add, like, to what the brothers were saying, cause like the brother was saying, like, if we could just keep 5, that would be better for our people and stuff. But the Most High, he simplified to just 2, and then they still can't keep it. Like, they still can't keep those 2 how they supposed to. So that goes to show you, like, they just haters of God, like the brother was saying. Con, and I
And you know, we know the classic scriptures. that talk about how the law is just, the law is holy, the law is good. I don't see any how that goes against anybody, right? I don't see how that's problematic for anybody. That's what I was saying. If any religion is in conflict with the 10 Commandments, then you have to re-examine that religion, because there's absolutely no way. Right? Keeping the Sabbath day, honoring your mother and your father, not committing adultery, right? Not coveting. That's wrong. That's a wrong principle to instill in children. That makes absolutely no sense.
Chimed in on the debate. Louisiana has the worst crime rate in the nation, but this is their priority.
So they're saying this is one of the scoffs against this man adding the law to the schools. Louisiana has the worst crime rate in the nation, but this is their priority. They're pretty much saying, so now you guys are working backwards trying to implement the laws of God. You need to worry about the crime rate that's in the nation. But the laws of God is what's going to help decrease the crime rate. So why would that not be a priority? Y'all didn't try that yet. You didn't try implementing thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, love your brother as yourself. If you implemented that, then you will see a decrease in the crime rate. You're saying the laws of God is going to have absolutely no effect on the crime rate that you see? We read that in the book of Hosea all the time, right? Roughly paraphrasing.
They're not getting to the root of the problem. They just want to deal with the crime. Just continue the school to prison pipeline. They're gonna commit the crimes, throw them in jail so we could benefit off of it later, instead of getting to the root of the problem as how they even got there. It's because as children they weren't taught certain things, right? They missed out on the lessons of God as a child, and now you try to come correcting a grown man when he's missed 25 years of learning that he should not be stealing, or he shouldn't be killing, he shouldn't be committing adultery. This whole thing is backwards, man. Kat brought out a good point. They're looking at the law as evil. Scriptures say, woe unto them that call good evil and evil good. Right? The laws of the Most High are good. And the world is in turmoil. It's in shambles because we don't follow the laws of God, man. But let a transformer child walk into the classroom, everybody stands up and they start clapping. Wow, he's so brave. This world is sick, man. It's sick.
And I had a
people gonna learn the hard way.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I had a precept also, because they're saying Louisiana has the worst crime rate in the nation, but this is their priority. If they understood the importance of the law and what the law consists of, then they will understand why it needs to be implemented. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 9. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless. So if you're looking to decrease the lawlessness in the land, look to the law. Right? It says, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient. That's the issue y'all having. People that's lawless and disobedient. Well, that's why the law is trying to be implemented. For the ungodly and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for men stealers, for liars, for perjured persons, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine. That's what the law is implemented for. For the unrighteous, for the lawless and disobedient. Why would you not make that a priority if you're trying to decrease the crime rate when the law is literally set up to decrease the crime rate? You implement these laws, you're going to see a decrease in all these different things: murders, stealings, lawlessness. That should be a priority in every state. But since they don't understand the Bible, they think it's just Christian, Jesus, church, separate church and state. Since all they think is that, they're never going to understand the power of the commandments of God. Especially when he teaches act like Christ, just be like Christ. That's all you got to know about Christianity in the Bible. That's completely asinine, man. The law, the scriptures tell you the reason why there's blood against blood and stealing and killing is because there's no truth in the land. And that truth is dealing with the commandments of the Most High through his son, Mashiach Yahushua. So not having that implemented, of course, you're going to see this crime rate continue to increase. Obviously, you guys don't have a better solution. Captain Yaakov was bringing that out last week. We haven't tried to implement the laws of the Most High. We say that we believe in God, we love God, all these different things, one nation under God, but let's actually implement the laws of the Bible. But when you teach us this is done away with and these don't have to be applied anymore, then this is where you get chaos. This is where
they want to love God. They want to love God without the commandments, which makes no sense. They want to have they want to be able to love God and do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a bad relationship, man. Right. You expect to receive all the love from God after you continuously disrespect him, you disobey, don't want to do nothing for him, but you say, yeah, I love him.
Khan, this is where our people get that whole doctrine of unconditional love. Oh, I love, you're supposed to love me unconditionally. God loves me unconditional. He's unconditional love. That is a flat out lie. The Most High's love is completely conditional. Your love is conditional. Everybody's love is conditional. Stop it, right? We got to fulfill, you got to fulfill the wants and the needs of the person that you are seeking that love from. You're not just going to get love just because you're present. You got to keep some sort of, you got to hold up your end of the bargain, right? I got a precept real quick. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 33. I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, the Most High is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. When you go into judgment and righteousness, that means order. He's filled us with order, right? Verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Most High is his treasure, right? So order is something that has been established from beginning and to end. This same woman that's saying that she does not agree with order, when she talks about she's not agreeing with the 10 Commandments, or she thinks it's something that's unnecessary. If she called the police and somebody was breaking her house, she called the police and she expected the police to show up, but the police didn't. They said, you know what? We don't believe in order. She's going to be up in arms. What do you mean you don't believe in order? Right? Order is what society's built off of. Well, order is what the Most High built the whole world off of. So if we can't follow it from the Most High, but we can accept it from our enemies, what kind of sense does that make? Right? It doesn't make any sense at all. Basically, what you're saying is only good for you when you want it to happen. But in every other instance, it don't really matter because it doesn't affect you. And that's a problem with our nation as a people. Scripture tells us we're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And scriptures also tell us that we're supposed to gather ourselves together. When we start to realize that us together as a nation makes us more powerful than us thinking about ourselves as individuals, that's when we're going to have salvation. But as long as we keep this individual mentality, I don't care what my neighbor do, as long as I'm good, as long as my family eating, as long as I got money in my bank account, we're going to continue to be right here where we are.
Perfectly put.
Reacted, Newsom. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Before we get around to this nonsense, Governor,
the laws of God is nonsense.
Louisiana, don't you have other things to do? I have so many things to do, Fran. I have to take my car in to get service. The little hazard light keeps coming on its own. I have to clean up around here. I have to take a nap, pick up a prescription.
And if you're the governor of a state, you have to make sure that the education system is doing well. I mean, honestly, like I'm going to go on a limb and say Louisiana's education system not in the top 10 in terms of states that are doing all that great, right? It's like, why not improve public education?
And adding the 10 Commandments is just going to decrease the education levels in the school, right? That's what you're saying.
Don't worry about God. Just teach them math.
Just teach them
that's
math.
going to help them.
Yeah, that's
teach
going to
them,
increase their knowledge.
Teach them 3 times 3. That'll keep them out of trouble.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Let's go over this algebra.
Right.
It makes no sense, man.
You're just going to be a smart murderer. That's it.
Right. Bring that out. They'd be straight
man.
Out of school.
Right.
You have to be the demons. Straight out of school. Because they
straight out of school.
Learn the 10 Commandments. Come on, man.
3 times 3.
Education more.
Say it again, Cap.
I said 3 times 3.
3 times 3. I know 3 times 3. Facing 18 years.
What?
Broadly. And this is the difference. It's like, if you truly believe, if you want your child to have a religious education, you can send them to a school where nuns are doing the teaching, right? You know, like you can go to a private school. You can.
I need to ask people, how do they define and understand religion? They say religion, like, what is religious about not stealing from someone? What is religious from honoring your mother and your father? What is religious about that? Now, if you want to argue that thou shalt not have no other gods, we can argue that. But how do they define religion? Like, when I look at the Bible, why do they call it religion? Like, what makes it religion? I don't understand that. I need their understanding of why they define anything outside of what they believe religion. Kills me.
Going to require them, to like only learn about like Adam and Eve and no sexual education. Like, you can make that choice. Republicans love to pretend that there's no school choice. It's like, that's BS. There is school choice. You can absolutely go to a private school. Often they're going to be more expensive, which is a little bit ironic considering they're run by religious people. Shouldn't that be free? Anyway, but yeah, this is, we laugh at this, but I am very afraid that the future holds a lot more of this, a lot more 10 Commandments being displayed in public schools. And if this ever goes a lot more, this is, we laugh at this, but I am very afraid.
She said she's afraid for people adding more laws to the school. She said she's afraid of adding more laws of the Bible to the school. She said she's afraid of that, right? There got to be a term for that. Law phobia, right? They like to make all these different phobias, right? There got to be some type of phobia for that, some type of term for that.
We got to coin that phrase. Torah phobia.
Torah phobia. Right? A fear of the commandments, Torah phobia. They just get scared when they talk about the commandments.
You heard it first.
That's crazy. She said she's afraid about that. I'm afraid of the school systems having drag queens teaching the school.
She was afraid when Obama let them body boys free.
Bring it out. She's afraid about this? That's crazy. You're afraid of righteousness but embrace wickedness. That's the spirit that these commentators are in. This kills me. She's afraid. Dumophobia, right? Dumophobia. Right? Bring that out. Dumophobia, because that makes no sense whatsoever. She said she's afraid because they're going to be adding more laws in the future. I'm afraid. You talk about the TV shows, the cartoons that kids is watching, that's something to be afraid of because they're going to try to put anything into our kids' mind to normalize abnormal relationships, abnormal behavior. That's madness, man.
That the future holds a lot more of this, a lot more 10 Commandments being displayed in public schools. And if this ever goes to the Supreme Court, we know how they're going to rule.
Yeah. The guy in the RV, the other guy with the upside down flag, the McFoamy mouth guy, okay? And occasionally the other woman who joined him and spread COVID everywhere. I'm not saying she did it deliberately, but at her event at the White House, COVID spread everywhere. Okay, Justice Barrett, it was crazy. Everybody got COVID? Come on. Yeah. So they will do what they do. And apparently there is no bottom. They're going to keep going with this nonsense, even though Governor Gavin Newsom, with his perfect hair, is right. They have a horrible crime there. It's everywhere, like we said in the last little segment. But you have other things that you should be doing, Governor. Nice fake out, nice distraction though, and nice waste of money. Not, you're scaring us and something's got to be done.
She's saying she's scared. She's scared because the governor is trying to add the 10 Commandments to schools. She's scared. This is wild. This is the world that we really live in. Teaching righteousness, teaching the laws of God, people are scared of that. They don't want to hear that. Don't implement that. No, do not implement the laws of God. No, don't do that. It's just ridiculous, man.
About this, I'll give you the last word, Fran.
No, I think you said it all. I think we covered it. We'll see how far this gets, but I don't know. Why else? Why do you want the 10 Commandments up there? So you can see how many like Donald Trump has violated? Why now?
I mean, the judge said, listen, stop with it. You raped, you defrauded, you did a lot of things that
committed adultery.
I don't have the list, and maybe
you covet all the time. What's funny is that if Trump is the president again, it will be the 10 Commandments and then Trump's face next to them, because the president's face is often displayed in public schools. So
maybe that is it, or he wants to. I don't know what he wants to do, but I am going to now look at. I don't know it by heart, so there. I'm going to look it up after the show, and I'm going to check off each one that he did violate, and
I don't see what this lady kills me, man. Enough of that.
I wanted to check out the one she violated.
I was just going to say that. That's a spirit. They're going to match the same amount. You broke all 10.
Right.
Then so.
Probably even broke. Yeah. Probably even broke one of the worst ones. It's just blasphemous. Scoffing at the laws of the Most High, man. Right? They even said that in the book of Acts, how they tried to start an uproar, but the point is it was Stephen, and people try to accuse Stephen of teaching against the laws of God, and people said that was an uproar. Now we see that here today, where people are teaching against the laws of God, and we don't see an uproar. People are on the side of these two women as giving commentary. This is the book of Acts, chapter 6, verse 10. I'll start at verse 9 for context. Acts chapter 6, verse 9. It says, Then there arose certain of the synagogue, which is called the synagogue of the Libertines, and the Cyrenians, and the Alexandrians, and of them of Sicilia and of Asia, disputing with Stephen. So there was people that was disputing with Stephen, and they were not able to resist the wisdom and the spirit by which he spake. Then they suborned men, which said, We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against the Most High. So what these people are trying to do, they're trying to cause an uproar on the people. They knew it would cause an uproar for the people if they say, hey, look, this person is talking about the laws of God. This is back during the time of Acts. They knew if somebody was talking about the laws of God, it would be an uproar. People will start to rampage against that person that's talking about the laws of God. Verse 12, and they stirred up the people. Why were the people stirred up? Because they heard that there was a man that was speaking against the laws of God the same way these sisters are speaking against the laws of God. And set up false witnesses, which said, This man ceaseth not to speak blasphemous words against this holy place and the law. And that's what we see here. Blasphemous words against the law. Saying, we don't need that. You're scaring us for adding that law. During the time of Acts, that would create an uproar for people to go against the law of Moses. Right now, it's just now people have just subsided and acquiesced to the idea that not having the laws of God, that's okay. We don't need that. That shouldn't be a priority. That's completely asinine. All right, now you.
That's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. It says, Think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall not in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments, and shall teach men so, you shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. God. So as long as the heaven and the earth still here, the Lord still stands. God, and I.
Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High, to the Father, Brother Jacob. But we see the wickedness in the earth, man. All right. Con, I yield. If brothers have any closing statements.
Con,
all right. So let's just go through these comments. All right, it says feminists don't want to say anything to misbehaving children, not even their fathers. Bring that out. All right. Sister Sheikah says Shabbat Shalom. That's crazy. And the Ten Commandments are literally the basis of society we live in. Nothing about it is bad or wild. I want to bring out, even when you read the book of Proverbs 14 and 35, right? If I'm not mistaken, roughly paraphrasing, it says, let me just bring that out. Proverbs chapter 14, 14 verse 34. It says, righteousness exalteth a nation. We understand righteousness is dealing with the laws of God. But sin is a reproach to any people. So any nation, we understand any nation can fall into the category of sin because they're going against the standard that the Most High God set on the earth. So for you to say this couldn't apply to me, the Bible tells you righteousness exalts any nation. So to say it's not applicable for you because of your religion, and your religion conflicts with the Ten Commandments, and you know that religion is vain and garbage, man. All right, let's see. I'll praise to the Most High. The water for everybody that's tuning in. You know, peace and blessings to the family. Make sure you like the video. Liking the video definitely pushes the algorithm for the video. We appreciate everybody that tunes in on a weekly basis. It definitely is appreciated. The water for everybody to the continuous support. We definitely, are sending up prayers for our families and friends across the globe that's having faith in the Son and keeping the commandments. You know, if you observe the Shabbat today, I pray that the Most High blesses you with a peaceful Shabbat. Can make sure you send up that prayer to give the Most High, praise. Praise him for his mighty acts and his excellent greatness, right? For the things that he continues to do for the children of Israel, those that have faith in the Son and keep his commandments, right? So the water for everybody that's tuning in. I pray that you have a blessed Shabbat, you have a blessed week, you have a blessed weekend. Continue to stay safe. With that, I say peace and blessings to the children of Israel and death and destruction of Babylon. Shalom.
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 Whoa.
Yeah. Shalom. Just want to give you our brief little interlude for the brothers and sisters that's preparing for Shabbat. If you're trying to get it together, hey, look, go to the store, get what you need so you can come home and spend time with the Father. Yeah. All the praise that you get, you deserve it. You're worth it. Our Father in heaven. Hey, all the praise, hallowed be thy name, that you get. Let's go. No. Praise. I can't count how many times my back was against the wall. Hey, and you were right on time. Yes. You may not have showed up when I expected you to endure, but when I needed you, you came through. You deserve all the praise that you get. Abanawa Bashamayah. Barakatah. Have a blessed Shabbat. Shalom. And don't you be cooking either.